Hello again, folks. It is I, Zemos, also known as Riz to you folks who only know me from YouTube. Started this because there's quite a few of my friends in my alternative social media that need some self-defense training, so I gave you guys the basic rant about what self-defense is and what it isn't. But I'll continue that as I show you some very basic techniques to start. But, like, the key point to any self-defense system is, first of all, knowing your center of gravity, like, understanding your balance and footing is really the most important first lesson. To give you an example, just watch for a moment and I'll talk as I show you. Now, let's see if you can... Shit, you can't get that great of a look at my footing at this distance. Hold on. Okay. Now, pardon the crappy cinematography, but when you look down at your feet, always pay attention to how wide you have your feet apart if you're engaging an opponent. Like, if you're stiff-kneed, for one thing, you're making yourself really vulnerable to, hard kicks to the legs, the interior and the exterior of the thigh, like things that'll bust your leg, and you don't need a busted leg, I assume. But staying up on the balls of one's feet helps aid in rapid movement. Another thing is your posture and your ability. You don't want to be too stiff. You don't want to be a tree. You don't want to be a wall. Like Bruce Lee put it best when he said, "Be water." You have to flow. You can't, like, if somebody really big is going to hit you and you're not a big guy, you're not just going to sit there and take it. Let's be completely honest. You'll get fucking shattered. So that's why you be like water. When you're struck, you move with the strike or you move around the strike, not into, well, depending on the tactic. We won't get into that right now. It's basics. Okay, so another big part of stance is hand location. Now, the most common mistake you'll see is, for one, their stance will be really open, like this. See how I'm kind of square? Like, here's this big rectangle here. This is called your center line. This is your absolute center line, the dead center of your body from your forehead down to your pee hole, right? Okay. Well, you don't want to keep your center line open. You want it to be narrow. So that's why good boxers, good martial artists usually are turned to you. You're trying to shrink yourself to as narrow a profile as possible in regard to your opponent. Now, a lot of, don't take this the wrong way, karate people, but a lot of strip mall karate folks, the way y'all are taught, I know because I started out with a little bit of strip mall karate when I was really young. You're taught, like, when you practice your techniques, it's katas. Very square. But you're also very square. And that's a problem because you're a very wide target. So you find whichever hand is more comfortable for you to lead with. I usually like to lead with my right, but it's for you lefties, and especially you ambidextrous folk, you have a huge advantage over your average martial artist when being able to switch freely back and forth. But yeah, hand location, like, you want something guarding the side of your head, but you don't want to like, have your hand in your face or be like this and essentially be hiding behind your fists, because, well, if somebody clocks you hard enough, you're going to knock yourself anyways. And also, you're leaving a hole in your throat. You're leaving your whole lower body open. So that's why you don't want to be squared and just, when somebody says square up, a lot of people literally square up and turn into a damn box. And, well, you beat the hell out of a box.